having the camera on and recording is not an issue. You are allowed to have your camera on
Thank you.
in a public place.
Hi guys, I think you've had one, but would you like one? Yeah, excellent, thank you.
Just because they're minors, they can't be on tape. It's public ground. Miss, can I give you one of these, please? I'll have a read. Cheers, have a nice day. You're a staff, right? When they teach LGBTQ curriculum in school, do you complain? Well, okay, you don't complain, right?
Okay, my name's PC1823 Hal Palmer. I'm based at Hertfordshire.
Can I see your ID? Can I see your ID?
If you get off me,
can I see your ID? Well, I need a photo. I need a photo.
No, you don't need a photo. I don't know what you've got
on you. Are you going to arrest me? We do it outside schools, we do it outside colleges. There's no problem.
Does not
all right?
mean it's right.
It's not illegal either.
No, there's no illegal activity.
Exactly.
And I need to be clear of that.
Yes. You see, Satan does not want you to receive this news. Yeah, please, sir. That's Satan. If they don't want you to receive this, it's the work of the Satan.
Amen, brother.
Amen, brother. It's the work of Satan. Have a nice day. God bless you. You like one, please, sir, to save your soul.
Now, none of you have even looked at these. So you don't even know what it is I'm giving the students. And I find that very sad. If there was intelligence policing doing here, you'd take this and say, well, what's this chap giving people? I'm being somewhat manhandled here because I simply want the idea of this person that's in front of me and to take a photograph of it.
Okay, have you seen my ID? Have you seen my ID? Have you seen my ID? Have you seen my ID?
I need to.
Have you seen my ID?
Have I comprehended your ID?
Have you seen my ID?
I have
comprehended it because it was upside down to start with.
Exactly.
And then it's gone the right way up, which you've then acknowledged. True or false?
It's
true or false?
I have not read
True
it.
or false?
I have not.
We're not having this
All right.
conversation.
No, you're way out your depth. Okay, let's go.
Would you like this back?
No. Good policing, you keep it for evidence.
How about my mate who's down there as well? Are we
Get
gonna
in the
get
van
him?
for me, please, sir.
Okay, no problem. I'll get in the van. Guys, you can see this on camera. Being arrested for preaching Jesus.
At the minute, I'll have him arrested to prevent breach of the peace. So we'll decide when he goes.
Could you say that again, sir?
Guys, you can see this on camera. Being arrested for preaching Jesus.
You're being removed.
I'm being removed
for your
because
safety.
I've done. What have
For
I
your
done?
safety, mate.
Okay, don't hold me. I'm not gonna run away.
Children.
I'm not gonna run away. I haven't committed any crime.
I've got a hand on you because you stepped back into the road. Yeah, I'll tell you again. I have him arrested at the moment to prevent a breach of the peace.
Right.
Breach of the peace, okay?
You've been asked to move, sir, by the officers down there.
Yes.
As Cambridge point of view.
They said I'm free to
we're
go.
Moving. Everybody's just moving. We're moving
where
on.
are they gonna go?
Okay. Go on then. I'll be with my colleague. Come on.
No.
Come on.
Right, you can.
Come on.
Right, fair enough. The time is 15:14. You're under arrest for breach of the peace.
It's
You don't
fine.
have to say anything that may harm your defence if you don't
That's
wish to make
fine.
questions. Time
That's
later in
fine.
court. Anything you do say maybe giving evidence, just get this board off, please.
That's fine. Can you take these?
I can.
Okay, so Pete is gonna give us a quick idea of why we are doing this film. Obviously, I know why, but he's gonna give you a clear picture. So over to him.
Well, folks, it's a strange situation that we came up with about a month or two ago. We'd been doing what we call the school gate outreach, which is where we take our tracts and our boards that we wear and we meet the children as they come out of school and we give them gospel tracts as they come out, and sometimes we engage in conversation with them. And normally speaking, the staff that attend the school gate give us a bit of a stern look or maybe just talk to us, and by and large things go completely smoothly. But on this occasion things went extremely strangely wrong. Absolutely. So this is what the video is about. There's some footage of the actual incident, and then we're going to give a few comments in between. So I think that's what the thing is all about, don't you, Johnny?
Yeah, that's what it's all about. All right, thank you. So we'll just get into the video. Hi, Peter.
Hey, I can see you.
1 second.
I can see you through the trees.
Can you see me from down there?
Can you see me? Yeah.
Down there.
All right.
I see you.
All right then.
You alright?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Alright, I'll see you in a minute then.
Yeah. See you. Bye.
You still have about like 15 minutes or 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, that's all. That's right. I see the cars are arriving here. I'm guessing parents are going to pick up quite a few in their cars.
Yeah, I've noticed that too.
Yeah, they're lining up here. Anyway, there should be a lot on foot as well, hopefully. All right. Bye for now.
Alright, see you soon. Alright, bye for now.
You want to say something about that?
Yeah, the location is fairly typical that there's perhaps 2 or even 3 school gate entrance exits, and Johnny was at one exit and I was at another. So we're just comparing where we are and what's happening, and we're just a few minutes before the official release of the children.
Yep.
Hello, miss. Can I give you one of these to read?
Yeah.
It's about Jesus.
Okay.
Wonderful, thank you.
That's all right.
Hello, miss. May I give you one of these? No, thank you. Okay. Hi, guys. I think you've had one, but would you like one? Yeah, excellent. Thank you.
I'm talking, they feel power when they hear it.
May I give you one slice? A good read. Thank you. Have a nice day, yeah? Hi guys, can I give you one of these, please? It's a good read. Who save our soul? No problem. Hoorah!
Jesus was the seed who died to live in me. Hoorah! Now I'm growing spiritual.
Ladies, may I hand you one of these, please? Lovely read. Who save your souls? You sure? No one is good, by the way. Hi, can I give you one of these, please? It's a good read. Enjoy your weekend. Sure, you don't want one? It's a good read. Thank you. Have a nice day. Yeah?
Hiya, how are you?
Yeah, hi. What exactly are you doing here?
We're Christian evangelists, and we're on the obviously public path here, and we like to meet the students and we give out tracts to them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Could you do it over the other side of the road?
No, I'd like to do it here if you don't mind.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, there we were met by a member of the staff, I suspect not a teaching member of the staff, maybe what we used to call the caretaker. And he was just checking on who we were, and obviously I introduced myself to him and what we were doing. So simple, straightforward stuff.
Of course, you can have some of it. Just bear with me a second. Give them a read. Of course.
Students here.
Of course, you can have. Of course, sir. Have a nice day. Enjoy your weekend. Well, it's about God, Jesus Christ. He has to be preached to many children because. May I please? It's a lovely read. May I please? May I please, sir? It's a lovely read. Will save your soul. How about you, sir? All right. Yo, basically, we need to tell people about Jesus. Of course, I must have a camera for my own safety and my protection.
So the children.
Cameras are all over the place, sir. You can't use that against me, sir, because obviously.
I wasn't using it against you. I was making reference to it.
Of course, we have to have a camera on us because of our own safety and our protection. Of course, sir. Of course, you can. God bless you. Have a nice day, yeah? Thanks. I mean, do you have a problem with me being here telling children about Jesus, or?
No, it'd be more like the camera of filming.
Simply, sir.
Students in
It's a good read.
uniform.
Take one. No, actually, this camera is for our own protection. If I take this off,
But
what if
we've got to consider the safeguarding of our
we
students,
do
as they are minors.
we do consider the safeguarding of the children and our own safeguarding as well. It's not like we don't consider children. We do think about
I know,
children.
but you're actually filming them.
We must film.
But they are minors. We can't.
I mean,
So
I don't know what I can tell you about that really, just because they're minors, they can't be on tape. It's public ground. Miss, can I give you one of these, please? I'll have a read. Cheers, have a nice day. As long as it's public ground, we do
I
have
don't
the.
have an issue with these.
Yes, may I please say, love you, read.
Students in uniform.
Well, as long as it's on public place, we have to record it because some people do make allegations that we probably have said something that we haven't said. And if we don't have it on camera, they could sue us and they could get away with it even if it's false information. That's why we normally have this on. Miss, can I give you one of these, please? A lovely read. Oh, it's no problem. And it's not like we force children to take these trucks. It's a free will. They're willing to take it, they can take it. If they're not, They must not take it basically. Because children need to know about Jesus, especially in this day and era. Lots of evil being taught in many places. Ladies, can I give you one of these, please? It's a lovely read. Cheers, one for your soul, miss. Thank you. So, would you like one? Would you like one, sir?
Would you like one of these, sir?
Not really.
Okay.
Thank you.
Come get a close-up. That's our logo and our description. We've got a website. Do look us up. You'll find out all about us. Wonderful. Thank you. Are you sure you don't want this? Okay.
We wanted to include this first sighting of this chap in the white shirt. He didn't introduce himself as to who he was at this point. He just took a photo on his camera and his phone, and I invited him to get a close-up of our logo and told him that we've got a website and you can find out all about us on that. So there's no question of us trying to be secretive about who we are or what we're doing and what organisation, what ministry that we represent. So that's our introduction, as it were, to the people that first met us at the gate.
Indeed.
Got one?
Bloody Jesus! I'll have one.
Thank you. That's a good one. Thank you. Thank you.
No problem. Have a
Thanks
good
very much.
Right.
Hiya.
Can I
Would you like one of these, miss?
Can I ask you just to move away from the school site, please?
No, I'm okay here. Thank you.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. That's fine. That's for our security. Would you like one of these, miss?
No, thank
okay.
you. You need to move away.
Would you like one, miss?
You need to move away.
Thank you. Can I give you these guys?
No, guys, you can't hand them out. You've got a camera. You need to move away.
Do you like one of these guys?
You can't hand them out with a camera.
This is public space.
They're children.
Public space. It's public space. We can. We know the law. Call the police if you're happy to do that. We're most happy. They'll protect us in what we're doing. It's what we do, folks.
No, I completely appreciate that. However, obviously we've got students unsupervised here and we'd rather them...
Oh yeah, can I get that, mate? Okay.
Here we see the children starting to come out from the school premises, and obviously we just give them to them and quite respectful. There's no issues. And then it would seem that the staff were alerted to this and they started to come out and try and stop us doing the work that we're meant to do. And you'll see as the video progresses how this escalated.
Guys, can we ask you to cross the road and go that way?
Hiya, folks. Love to give you one of these.
No, can we go that way?
Would you like one, miss?
Guys, can we go that way?
Hiya, guys. Can I give you one of these?
Right, guys, can I ask you to go that way? Guys, no, guys.
Do you want, miss? Okay. Would you like one, folks?
Can you go, please? No, just wait over there, please.
Hiya, ladies. Can I give you one of these? Thank you.
Guys, can you go that way?
Hiya, guys. Can I give you
Go
that?
that way, please. No, we need to go, please.
You're denying them Jesus Christ. Do you know you're doing that? Are you all atheists or what? Okay. Hiya, guys.
Go that way, please, guys.
Don't hesitate to take one from me, thank you.
Right, going, please. Guys, just go that way. I think.
So you're almost at the school site there, so you need to back off, please.
I'm not on the school site, I'm on the public path. Thank you. I'm sorry?
What's the need for the camera?
Our security. Okay, exactly what you're doing is being recorded on here and recorded up there. Right, you're denying your students to know the Lord Jesus Christ through a street evangelist. It's a very serious thing that you're doing.
Yeah, we can see here that the children have been told, or the students have been told, not to take the tracts, just to ignore us, and this is highly unusual, and obviously it's not something that we would want to have to happen. Normally the kids just take them. They're quite happy to take them, and in fact their school friends might say, well, can I have one, can I have one? And it's not a case of them not wanting them, but on this occasion the staff seem to put the fear of something into these children's minds that is so unnecessary.
Absolutely.
Do you know the Lord yourself? Obviously not.
Right, can you go that way, please?
Good man, this is how we get denied.
All right, mate.
Okay.
Miss Ashley, can we get them moving up there, please?
Hello miss, can I give you one of these? Would you like one to see what we're giving the children? Okay.
Enjoy your weekend, guys.
Would you like one, Lisa?
No, I'm alright.
Okay.
You make sure you're not approaching the students.
No, that's what we're here to do.
No, I'm afraid
That's
not.
what. No, yes, yeah.
You're not, please.
Ladies, can I give you one of these?
Can you move away?
Absolutely not. It's their right to take things.
Okay, so they're right not to.
It's their right to take things if they want them.
Where's Mike?
So at this point is when they were redirecting students and telling them basically they should use another route to prevent them from getting to the tracks. Right?
That's right. It was a silly situation. They could see exactly what we were doing. We offered them tracts so they could read the material for themselves, but they steadfastly refused to take the tracts. So it would seem that they just got a prejudice against people being at the school gate doing anything at all. We also had an incident which hasn't shown up yet, Johnny, where what we later discovered was an undercover policeman, if I can use that expression. He wasn't in uniform, but he later detained me forcefully and introduced himself as a policeman. So we shall hear this character sometime later on.
Yeah.
No, I've got to do this. I'll stop when all the children are gone. I'll stop and speak to you. No.
Just stop.
Turn that
No.
Okay, my name's PC1823 Hal Palmer. I'm based at Hertfordshire.
Okay, can I see your ID? Can I see your ID?
If you get off me,
can I see your
I'm
ID?
going to stop you for the purposes of that camera.
Can I see your ID?
I don't know what it's used for.
Can I see your ID?
For section 1 pace, I'm recording. Okay, I'm going to record you.
Can I see your ID, sir?
Yeah, you can. If you stop still, I will give you my ID.
Thank you.
So
I'm not going anywhere, don't worry.
Yeah, it's alright.
Right.
Upside down, let me take a shot of that. Can I take a shot of that, please?
Well, you can stand still. Okay, have you got anything else on you that's going to cause me any harm? Have you? No, keep your hands out your pockets. Have you got anything?
Just thinking.
No, you keep your hands out your pockets.
I've got.
You keep your hands out your pockets. You're outside of school.
I'm about to describe to you.
School.
I'm about to
You're
describe
outside
to you.
of school. Okay.
Yes.
And I don't know what you've got on you. All right. I don't know you.
I'm about to tell you, and you're not listening.
No, I'm not at the moment.
Well, when you're ready to listen, I'll tell you.
Okay. Keep your hands out your pockets.
It's clearly this supposed policeman wasn't acting in a reasonable fashion, having accused me, or possibly accusing me of being in possession of things. He wasn't ready to hear my explanation of what I got on my possession, and at no time during the whole of the incident were my bags inspected or my pockets or anything on my possession. So this just seemed an inappropriate comment to make at this point.
You just keep your hands out, then he knows what you're doing, then no one gets
Well, I need a photo. I need a photo.
No, you don't need a photo. I don't know what you've got on you.
Are you going to arrest me?
Section 1
Are you going to
pace.
arrest me?
Can you hold my phone,
Are you going to
please?
arrest me?
I'm going to detain you
Are
under
you going to
section
arrest
1.
me?
Just stop. Just keep your hands out, then he knows what you're doing, then no one gets
Well, I need a photo. I need a photo.
No, you don't need a photo. You don't need a photo. I don't know what you've got on you.
Are you going to arrest me?
Section 1
Are you going to
pace.
arrest me?
Can you hold my phone,
Are you going to
please?
arrest me?
I'm going to detain you
Are
under
you going to
section 1.
arrest me?
Just stop. Just stop. Just stop. Just
Oh,
stop.
I'm simply asking you a question.
Just stop. Just
I'm
stop.
going to detain you under section 1 of the Police and Criminal Evidence Act, 1984.
Just stop.
Okay?
Just stop.
I'm
Just stand
detaining
still.
you because I don't know what you've
Alright.
got on your person.
Okay, well I'm just...
So you are now lawfully detained.
Okay.
Right.
So you're arresting me?
No, I don't need to arrest you to lawfully detain you.
Okay.
Okay, if you knew the legislation like you say you do, you'd know. Okay?
Okay, well I'm just asking you if
do
you're
not
arresting
put
me.
your hand in your pocket.
Okay.
We are going to wait for other officers to come here to search you.
That's fine. That's absolutely fine. I'm not resisting at all. I'm just asking you for your ID and to take a photograph of it.
Yeah.
That's reasonable.
Just stop.
Oh, I'm simply asking you a question.
Just stop.
I'm going to detain you under Section 1 of the Police and Criminal Evidence Act, 1984.
Just stop.
Okay?
Just stop.
I'm
Just stand
detaining
still.
you because I don't know what you've got on your person. Okay,
well I'm just...
So you are now lawfully detained.
Okay.
Right.
So you're arresting me?
No, I don't need to arrest you to lawfully detain you.
Okay.
Okay, if you knew the legislation like you say you do, you'd know. Okay?
Okay, well I'm just asking you if
do
you're
not
arresting
put
me.
your hand in your pocket.
Okay.
We are going to wait for other officers to come here to search you.
That's fine. That's absolutely fine. I'm not resisting at all. I'm just asking you for your ID and to take a photograph of it.
Yeah.
That's reasonable.
Okay. Okay. I have detained this male now. And
just let them know who it is, and they'll tell you who I am.
Okay. Well, do you want to let them know?
Of course.
Yeah.
Hello, who am I speaking to, please?
No, just tell them who you are.
Well, who am I
It's
speaking to?
control room.
Okay, control room. This is Peter Unsworth, a well-known evangelist in the city centre. This is something we do outside schools on a regular basis, and there's no problem at all. We just give out tracts to the students, and I'm being somewhat manhandled here because I simply want the idea of this person that's in front of me and to take a photograph of it.
Okay, have you seen my ID? Have you seen my ID? Have you seen my ID? Have you seen my ID?
I need to...
Have you seen my ID?
Have I comprehended your ID?
Have you seen my ID?
I have
You've
not
comprehended it because it was upside down to start with.
Exactly.
And then it's gone the right way up, which you've then acknowledged. True or false?
It's
true or false?
I have not read it.
True or false?
I have not read it.
Okay.
But to me, I find that just ridiculous.
Yeah.
The whole of it.
Indeed, Johnny. I simply wanted to be able to have a sufficient sight of his ID to make sure that he was who he said he was. But he was unwilling, and as you could see in that, he was quite excited about this, quite frustrated in a way that he was unable to feel confident in showing me his ID. So there was something suspicious about that. I don't know what it was, but there was something suspicious. If he had no qualms about showing his ID, he would have allowed me to take a still photograph of it on my phone, which is what I wanted to do, because he's not a uniformed officer, therefore he didn't have a number on his uniform. So it was a simple precaution that we tried to take. But I was unable to do so on this occasion. He introduced himself as I couldn't remember it at the time, but obviously we've played the footage back several times, haven't we, Johnny?
Absolutely.
As PC, I think it was 1023 Hertfordshire. So I just wonder if he is from that county, and why he's in a totally different county, Cambridgeshire, in a school, and not in uniform. And unwilling to really show me his ID. So there's something very strange about that.
Which is very suspicious.
Yeah.
I mean, we know that the police officers must be able to identify themselves properly. So you can say, excuse me, I didn't catch your name badge or badge number or something, and they should be able to tell you directly what their badge number is, because it shouldn't be hidden from the public. You know, they are servants of the public. They're there to protect us and protect the community and protect the children. And we don't pose any harm in any way, shape or form to these children. So it should be something difficult for an officer to identify himself to us, really, because we are also members of the public, if I could put it like that. We are also citizens who are allowed to do our job in this country, and basically we was being hindered from doing our job, as you're saying in this video, which is not right.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll carry
One
on.
more comment, Johnny. If I haven't said so already, the gentleman that the bald-headed gentleman with the maroon-coloured lanyard, I didn't know at the time, but he turned out to be the head teacher. So he wasn't sort of making any further contribution to the identification of this gentleman. So I was just left in a quandary as to who was who in this situation and why this was all going on. We did speculate that there was something happening within the school, Johnny, didn't we?
We did, yeah.
That they weren't perhaps particularly open with. But that's just pure speculation, but maybe something will emanate from this video as to what was going on. Okay.
Absolutely, makes sense.
Just remember, I'm 73 years of age. I'm not going to run anywhere.
So I'm just
you know, just remember, I'm probably old enough to be your father. All right.
That's why we just want you to just stand still. All right.
That's fine. That's absolutely fine. I'm not resisting at all. I'm just asking you for your ID and to take a photograph of it.
Yeah.
That's reasonable.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
We're street evangelists, Christians. Do you understand that?
I understand.
Okay.
There are
you
young
understand?
people here.
We do this. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It does not matter.
But you know, we're
allowed to preach the gospel, to give out tracts.
They're allowed not to be approached by someone they don't know that makes students feel very uncomfortable. Do you understand that?
We give out hundreds of these tracts, hundreds.
Can you listen to the point
and
I'm
most
making?
schools, there's no problem whatsoever.
Filming as well.
Right.
The filming is for our protection. This is absolutely showing how you've mishandled the situation.
Let me just make a comment to what he came from saying. He said basically they are not allowed to be approached. They are not allowed to be approached by somebody who they don't know, who's making them feel uncomfortable. That's what he's saying. And I believe in the whole incident, the people who actually made the student feel uncomfortable was the teachers and their approach towards how was doing outreach. I mean, this other footage of where I was standing on the other side of the school, and the lady approached me. She said, "Oh, you have the right to do this, but you must switch off your camera." And I said to her, in case anybody makes allegations, I won't be able to prove my innocence because the camera was off. But the way they started walking around me and moving around me, just similarly to how they were moving around Peter. Would you like one of these, please? A good read. Would you like one of these, please? A good read.
Guys, keep going, keep going.
Guys, ask yourself why your teachers doesn't want you to know about God. If your teachers don't want you to know about God, ask yourself why.
Guys, can we ask you to cross the road and go that way?
Hi folks, love to give you one of these.
Guys, no, can we go that way?
Would you like one, miss?
Guys, can we go that way?
Praise be to God, they did not manhandle me, but obviously they manhandled the old guy. Matter of fact, they should have manhandled me, Peter, you know, instead of handling an old fella. But who says these children have no right to be approached? We see children in town center, even in school, during school days. We see them coming out of school or during their lunch break. We speak to them. But somehow, according to the principle of the school now, we are not permitted or we are not allowed to do that, which is like, I would say it's another form of discrimination really against Christians. Because I'm sure if it was maybe the LGBTQ lobby standing outside the school giving out pride flags, no teacher will be complaining. You're a staff, right? When they teach LGBTQ curriculum in school, do you complain? Okay, you don't complain, right? When they teach LGBTQ curriculum in school, do you complain? Okay, you don't complain, right? But it's because we are there peacefully as Christians, giving them the news that will only save the human souls, the gospel message. It's like they have this animosity towards us, really. And it doesn't come as a surprise because the Bible teaches that. But even the teacher, the head teacher himself, is not fair in saying whatever he's saying, basically. Do you want to say something about that, Peter?
Yeah, I think that's about right, Johnny. There seems to be in a sense, we're being discriminated against.
Absolutely.
We've seen this escalation against Christians, street preachers and evangelists that are on the street, and it's just increasing month by month. So yeah, it's interesting. I think at some point I said I was more concerned about what's going on inside the school.
And I have reported that at the same time as doing my talk through. Those 4 young ladies were the ones that looked distressed to me. That's why I've stepped in.
Hi folks, love to give you one of these.
Guys, no, can we go that way?
Would you like one, miss?
Guys, can we go that way?
Hi guys, can I give you one of these? I can assure you there's probably far worse distressing situations going on in that building.
No, there's not.
Listen,
yes.
Well,
Yes.
I'm telling you my justification for stopping in.
Look, I'm a retired teacher, so
fine.
I know kids, all right?
Okay.
I'm 73 years of age. I'm
know
a
people
granddad,
as well. That's
all right?
fine.
So
That's fine. I'm not.
there's
I'm
always
not
going to be a
denying
few
those.
that don't want it, but we politely
Absolutely.
offer them, and if they don't want them, that's absolutely
Of
fine.
those 4,
Hiya folks, love to give you one of these.
No, can you go that way?
Would you like one, miss?
Guys, can you go that way?
that were just there,
Yeah.
that looked distressed and turn round and they move back again, you continue to put your hand over the top of staff to try and get them.
Of course, that's what we're here to do. Look,
than what's happening outside the school. And there was a strange silence when I said that. So we'll just see how it comes across on the video.
Yep.
Right?
the filming is for our protection. This is absolutely showing how you've mishandled the situation.
Well, unfortunately, you wouldn't listen to when people were asking. The officers asked you to stop, and you wouldn't stop. Right?
Well, I
and
didn't
also-
know he was an officer at that point.
He's shown you his badge.
He has
and he was
subsequently.
very clear.
He has subsequently.
I agree with that.
But there are
did.
people that
Peter.
will be quite happy.
I'm going to let go of your hand.
Yes.
I'm going to ask you not to put it in your pocket.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
Will you do that?
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
Right.
But
And the
there's-
bit is, I asked you over here not to approach our students because they were uncomfortable. So you're
They're
absolutely,
uncomfortable.
Hold on. Just you've got to listen. The conversation works two ways. Right?
Go on then.
You are absolutely entitled to preach, and you are absolutely entitled to your beliefs and how you want to operate things. But on the same way, when students are telling you that they're not happy and they're being approached by someone they don't know and they're uncomfortable, you have a duty to actually remove yourself from that as well. And that's what you weren't
Now
doing.
hang on. What you were
Right.
doing, now it's my
Right.
turn, okay?
Hold on, finished.
Go on.
Right, so that's why we're asking you outside of the front of the school, right? You haven't said that you're going to come up here and want to speak to students or give things to students. You have made no attempt to interact with the school whatsoever. Then we could have had that conversation before.
I've already interacted with this gentleman. I've interacted with this gentleman before. No, just give me a minute.
Right.
I've interacted with this gentleman.
That's not the same, and you know it's
It
not
is the same. Of course it is. He came
it's
up,
not.
and then this gentleman came up and took a photograph of me, all right? He didn't identify himself as to who he was, so I did what was compliant.
So-
And then I wanted to stand simply where the students were coming out of the school. And I think that's absolutely reasonable. Okay, then you started redirecting the students in other ways.
Yeah.
So that's perfectly reasonable for me to relocate myself to where the students are. That's the purpose of what we're doing here. Now, none of you have even looked at these.
No.
So you don't even know what it is I'm giving the students.
But-
And I find that very sad. Because if there was intelligence policing doing here, you'd take this and say, well, what's this chap giving people? Right? So will you take one now? Then you'll know what we're
I'm
doing.
happy to take one.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
equally, I would like you to appreciate the fact that, do you understand the distress you cause to students?
No,
when
no,
you
no.
are-
We don't distress them.
Yeah, but that's
They think it's entertainment, mate.
No, they don't.
They
They're
do.
uncomfortable,
Look, we do
and
this. We
it's
do
not-
this.
and you to say that is diminishing how they feel.
We
And
do
it's to
this at
justify
many, many
action.
schools.
Doesn't mean it's right.
We've done it at many
Does
schools.
not mean it's right at all.
We've done it at many, many schools.
Did you hear what he said there, Peter?
Yeah, it's as if he's saying to me that the students were saying, keep away from me. Absolutely not. It was the staff that was telling the students to keep away
Away
and
from
not
you.
accept anything. So it was the staff that escalated the situation, not me. We simply offer these tracts. If they don't want them, that's fine. If they take them, that's wonderful too. But that's all we do. So it was absolutely down to the staff and the way they handled it that got it all into a completely wrong situation.
Absolutely. Can I just say something about that, Peter?
Yeah.
You emphasized to this gentleman that we do this in different schools. Not in schools, outside school on public ground.
Yeah.
Legally, according to the law, we have the right to preach on any public ground. And matter of fact, we don't force anybody to take our literature. You're not forced. It's not a must you take anything from us.
No.
You can choose just to ignore us completely and walk away. We won't shove it down your throat. But what he's trying to say here is the fact that we are the one making children feel uncomfortable with our presence in that area. But we don't make children feel uncomfortable. How comes if they say, if I ask, for example, would you like one of these leaflet? They say no. And I say, that's fine. How is that making children feel uncomfortable? But when a teacher comes and they act higher like they were acting in front of children, of course now children will have that question mark inside their head. Are these decent people or are they criminals? And when they see the vans now start coming out and people calling the police on us, they're going to have the wrong idea of who we are and what we are trying to represent. I mean, we represent Jesus.
Yeah.
If we represent Jesus, we have no malicious intent inside of our hearts. We have no hatred towards anybody. I mean, it's all about Jesus. And Jesus Christ spoke the truth in love boldly to, if you read the Bible, boldly to anybody who was willing to listen. Jesus wasn't forcing anybody to stop and listening to him. Matter of fact, they were coming, like some of these students normally comes and they say, I'll take one.
Let's do like one. Going crazy. You like one, sir?
Guys, you need to leave school site, please.
You see, Satan does not want you to receive this news.
Can you just go?
Yeah, please, sir.
Can you not engage?
That's Satan. If they don't want you to receive this, it's the work of the Satan.
Amen, brother.
Amen, brother. It's the work of Satan. Have a nice day. God bless you. You like one, please, sir? Who save your soul? Who save your soul?
Right, guys, can you just go?
Look at that. Of course, bro. You can have one, miss. You can have one too. You can have one too. Everybody can have one. You can have one. It's about God. You can have one. They must not let you not know about God. They must not look exactly. It's sin.
I'll take one. We don't force them to take these things, but he's making it seem as if we force students to take our literature.
It's a completely wrong impression altogether, Johnny. And if they just let us do what we normally do, there'd be no issue whatsoever.
Absolutely.
But they put the fear in the children, which was totally inappropriate. Essentially stopping us doing the work that we're allowed to do legally.
Absolutely.
And as we see, when we get the uniformed policemen, they made the same mistake too. So
We do it every week, as far as we can. Okay, we've done it in about 12 schools in Peterborough.
Secondary schools.
Secondary schools.
Did you go to
Do you
primary
remember
schools as
Pastor
well?
Femi? Do you know Femi? He was a teacher here until recently.
Oh yes, I did.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
He knows our advice. They couldn't wait for us to come. So great, wonderful. Now there's a genuine Christian that cares for the souls of your students here. We're doing it out of love. We're not trying to impose ourselves or something in an unpleasant way.
Reaching over and approaching children that don't want that. That
Yeah,
is imposing. Whether you feel it or not,
Well,
it is.
if you come into the town centre, you'll see us doing this twice a week in Peterborough, in Wisbech and in Kings Lynn, and we simply come up to people or they come up to us. Some ask us for tracts, they take them from us. We've got a camera on and we preach as well, but we don't preach outside the schools.
It's very different in terms of where students have to go past you on their way home. That's not a choice. In Turnus, in town, right, people have a choice. Hold on, they have a choice where they go, where they walk. When they're coming out of a school, that's not the same, and that's why that's not fair.
On the street.
The same as the children have the right not to be approached by you.
We don't have the right to record children.
And that's
Yes, we do.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
Yes, we do. Ask the officer. Are you guys okay?
Yeah, one moment, sir.
Have we met before?
I've never met you before, no.
Okay, have we met you before? Okay. Okay. Where the students are.
So have you carried on when somebody's asked you to stop?
No.
So forcing something into
If somebody didn't want it, I say, okay, that's fine. And it's all recorded here. So if they didn't want it, that's fine. But if a member of staff comes between me and a student, I think that student hasn't been offered one, it's my duty to say, would you like one, sir? All right, or miss. You know I've been polite, yes?
Peter, I'm going to say you've just admitted to putting something in someone's hand.
No, offering. No, I didn't put it in their hand.
You've just said, and they've said they didn't want it, and you said you've put it there. So you've just admitted the element of assault, and secondly, the element of public order.
I've offered them. I've offered them. Would you like one?
No, you did that.
Yeah, well, why not? I've offered it to you.
Fundamentally, you're in a public place.
Yes.
Causing alarm or distress.
Well, as we said before, Johnny, the harassment, alarm and distress was caused by the staff,
absolutely.
not by us. In fact, without wanting to inflate our own egos, we can be quite a popular attraction outside schools. and in the town centre. That students will come up to us and ask us for tracts and discuss matters to do with faith. And so far from us causing the distress, it's the staff that cause the distress. Anyway, let's go.
Hear me out.
Go on then.
The members of the public have reported they feel alarm or distress. It's not your interpretation and your intentions.
Okay.
It's how they perceive it. Okay. You have committed a public order offence by doing so. Having the camera on and recording is not an issue. You are allowed to have your camera on
Thank
in
you.
a public place.
And I'm allowed to be in a public space, and I'm allowed to do what I'm doing.
Listen, when asked to stop filming an individual member of the public, you should then refrain from doing so. If not, assists in the offence of causing alarm or distress. If one of these school children has asked you to stop video recording, immediately you should apologise and say, fine, I'll stop. Either turn your camera into a different direction, or you should turn your camera off altogether. Okay, that's not for dispute. That is the offence that's been committed.
I'd love to see that in writing. I'd like to see that in writing.
It's on legislation.com, you're more than welcome to read it, okay? As it stands at the moment, you're free to leave if you wish to do so.
Okay.
As words of advice and a warning.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is not.
We're actually going to visit you in the police station. We want to present our DBS certificates and all our identification rather than to teachers.
More than welcome to
and
go
then you'll
to the
get to
police
know
station.
us people. That if you come into the town centre, you'll see what we do in the town centre. And we get crowds of teenagers come round us. They're so keen to get this.
Sir,
it's the word of God.
Please not misunderstand. I have no issue with your message.
Thank you.
The issue I have is how you're presenting your message and how you're treating members of the public. Does that make sense?
It's an interpretation that you have. We have no problem with the public. The public can either say yes or no.
You should also understand, from a teacher's perspective, their job is safeguarding these children. If we have two, I believe.
I'm a retired teacher. I know just where you're coming from. Okay. And a parent and a grandparent.
They have a duty to care for their children that are in this school. Okay, if they perceive that their children are under any kind of a threat at all, they need to notify us.
We all say call the police, and that's what we've done. Is this a genuine officer?
Yes, it is.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, I can vouch for it.
Okay.
So your first response then was, if you feel you need to call the police, do so. Why would you assume that he would want to call the police rather than having a discussion?
Because the police are here to protect us. This is our appeal. If there's an issue, we say, if you're not happy with what we're doing, please call the police. And they'll back us up. We get challenged over all sorts of things.
So what's your intentions for the rest of the day now?
We're going to go home.
Lovely. Is that something you're going to do immediately?
I just want to know where my colleague is.
Your colleague is with one of my colleagues over there at the moment. So I hope having the same conversation.
I hope so.
And I hope there's no different message being delivered.
Now, I intend to come here again, all right, and do just what we're doing. So you'll need to.
Okay.
Because
in an adaptation for that.
Yeah.
If you return back to this.
Yes.
And the staff here or any of the children that attend this school have said you should not contact them, you should not speak to them, or you should not approach them, you've rendered yourself liable for harassment because you have been told you should not.
Simply standing and saying, would you like one of these? Would you like one of these? Does that qualify as harassment?
It's not a problem. If
that's all that we do. That's all that we do, folks.
Can I talk?
The level of concern only escalated when these gentlemen turned up and tried to stop me doing that simple job.
You've ignored the students' requests.
All right? No, I did not.
Yeah. They say it's our opinion. In the worldly sense, yes, it's our opinion stating that is fact, but that is the absolute truth. The same truth that built up this country. Now, he's saying that if this gentleman, the principal now, if he doesn't want us to return there, we must not return. And if the student have said we should not return there, we must not return. I mean, number one, I didn't hear on my side any students saying no, you shouldn't come to our school. No. And number two, even if they said you shouldn't come to our school, we are not coming to your school. We are coming outside your school on a public ground where we have the legal right to do what we do. Now, like Peter was saying earlier, I mean, we could still go in circle. If you don't want it, don't take it. We don't force it upon you. I've said this before. We don't force you. We don't say, it's a must you take one of these. That would be indoctrination. You know, if we say, would you like one? No, I don't want one. Okay, that's fine. You sure you don't want one? That's fine. It's not like we are forcing them. And the fact that now they are threatening us, because now I find this threatening. They are saying, well, you must not come here because the principal is not happy with you being here. Quote unquote, some students are not happy with you being here. Therefore, you must not come here. that means we have to put our freedom, lower our freedom, and give them. It doesn't just make any sense, Peter.
Well, you're quite right, Johnny, because when we're out in the street, wherever we are, we're always going to find people that don't want the Christian message.
Absolutely.
And actually, more than that, they actually want to shut us down, to stop us doing the work that we're legally allowed to do.
Yeah.
So yes, they could come up with this objection, I'm being harassed, but it's got to be tested in a court of law. And whether we shall ever get to that, we don't know. But our heart intention, as we said repeatedly, is that out of love for the students, that we want to reach out to them with the love of Jesus Christ. And whether this is being taught in the schools or not, I don't know. I suspect far less than it used to be in my generation, that we'd had Christian school assemblies every morning. We'd have the RE lesson would have been about Christianity. Now, I suspect all of that is melting away, and it's being replaced with all sorts of different ideology. The one that concerns us is the LGBTQ ideology, and so students are. Instead of being given the choice of Christianity or not, they're being brainwashed into accepting all sorts of perverted things. And this is something that we just can't let go without us doing our best.
As Christians.
Really,
because the Bible teaches us we should stand for the truth. And if we keep silent, we remain silent about the lies that are being taught, I mean, we're going to be held accountable by God.
Yes.
You know, and whether you believe in God or not, yes, there is a God, and eventually we're all going to meet him. And when he asks us, what did you do about the indoctrination of children in school? Are we going to say, well, we was too afraid to go out and speak the truth in love?
Yeah.
Is that what we'll be able to say to God? I mean, that shouldn't be a reason for us. I mean,
we just have to do the work that we do, folks. And in fact, it would be correct to say that in the I think it's 3 or 4 years that I've been doing this work, Johnny. You've been doing it for
about a year and a half.
About a year and a half. That we've seen a massive increase in the number of Christians that are coming out onto the street, particularly in Peterborough, giving the gospel message. And this is because it's so necessary that the churches come out. Now, the traditional churches, Church of England and some of the traditional denominations, are less likely to come out onto the street because they've kowtowed to the LGBT agenda, and they don't want any trouble, they don't want any difficulty. But Jesus warned us that we would be persecuted.
Amen.
He warned us that we would be threatened with arrest, and some of us would be arrested, as we have been.
We've been arrested.
So we know that that is what's going to happen in the future. So folks, we've got to do this work. Yes, there will be objections. Yes, there will be persecutions, mockers, scoffers, and we will be thrown in prison. But we've got to do this work, and we do it for the right reasoning. It's for your children that we do this school gate outreach.
Absolutely.
It's for all age groups when we do it out in the street, in town centres. And we're not the only preachers that do this, of course. It's happening up and down the country, where people are moved in possibly these latter days of earth as we know it. Things are getting worse, folks. We need to keep strong. We need to keep bold. We need to be courageous, to speak the truth in love, whatever age group and whatever objections we get. That is the way we do this work, and praise God, he keeps blessing us in this work. So we know we're doing the right thing. So far, it's just one of those things we have to do. So we've just got to get used to this persecution. But we hope, don't we, Johnny, that this incident that's been shown on the video, the last few moments, which are not really videoed because my camera was being carried by the police officer, I was handcuffed with my hands at the back, escorted to my car, released at the car on the expectation that I would drive home, which I did, and Johnny was taken to his house in the police van. So an unpleasant situation. And if I can just finally say, Johnny, that a matter of a couple of hours later, when we got back together, we said, well, we've got to go to the police station and sort out what we can do in regard to this work that we are compelled to do by God. And the advice came that try and tell the staff that you're coming in the first instance. And I said, well, I'm not sure that's going to work. And they said, well, secondly, call us and we'll come and attend whilst you're there as well. And so we tried both of those. The police didn't turn up when we asked them to do so. And on the next occasion that we planned to go to a school, we phoned the school and left a message. It wasn't a person, it was on one of these robot things.
And nobody got back to us.
And they didn't get back to us, but they were alerted, and hardly any children came out the normal exit. And so they just didn't want the children anywhere near us. So even if we try to cooperate with the schools, even if we ask the police to attend, it doesn't work. So that's the dilemma we're faced with, folks. But for the moment, we'll be reviewing this situation and hopefully starting the schoolgate outreach again. And we'll just see what happens.
Absolutely.
No. If you came in between me and that student, and I went, are you sure you wouldn't like one of these? That's not an issue, because those students are being oppressed in a sense by your presence.
You don't know that.
So let's.
I certainly do.
Well, okay. So we're not going to go down that route, because if we're going to go down that route, there is also the opportunity for them to turn around and say that you are influencing them by your material that they do not want to receive.
That's fine. If they don't want it, they say no thank you.
But if they don't want to receive,
if they don't want it, they say no thank you. They just don't take it.
But you can't go this placing it into the hand. It's, would you like a copy of this? No. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Enjoy your day.
It's simply just as you say. Would you like one of these, sir? Would you like one of these, miss? You'll see it on my camera. All right, and then when the adults started to come and push me about,
when you were reaching over staff to then hand that in because the students didn't want
yeah, well, you're denying them access to the truth.
The 4 students as well that were distressed do not want you to return. I do not want you returning here to school, because it is not fair for students where you won't listen when they say no. You haven't demonstrated today that you will follow that.
If you'd just stood back and observed, you would have seen.
You then followed students,
you didn't
and that's
observe.
why it's not acceptable to be here.
We can go in this cycle, okay? This gentleman has asked you not to return back to the school premises.
Well, we do it on a cycle. There's about 12 schools.
If we feel
we'll probably be 12 weeks.
If we feel necessary, because there is a dispute over the actions that have been caused today, your camera can be seized.
Yes.
We will view the evidence to decide.
That's absolutely
what
fine.
approach we take.
That's absolutely fine.
We can deal with this on the roadside here in the street. By you leaving, accepting this man's wishes and not returning, accepting some of the students' wishes and not returning. Okay, you stating this is fact is your opinion. Okay, it doesn't mean that it's fact to everybody, so we cannot force this upon somebody and say this is fact.
Now you're getting into a realm you're not really.
Not at all.
If I was a politician handing out my what do you call it, manifesto.
You're not a politician, so we're not.
Hang on.
We don't do.
We're not doing this. Okay?
It's a parallel. There's a parallel. If a politician said, "Would you like one of these, sir? Would you like one of these?"
We're not having this
conversation.
Okay?
No, you're way out your depth. Okay, let's go.
Would you like this back?
No. Good policing, you keep it for evidence.
Our concern about you filming onto a school.
If you ask the lady,
the officers are here now.
Of course, that's fine. If you ask this lady, ask her. Let me finish. I ask you. Allow me to finish first, sir. I ask you, is it illegal me filming? And then I say to you, if somebody makes allegation that I've said something that I haven't, are you recording, sir? Your body cam on, wonderful. If somebody makes an allegation that I've broken the law and it's not recorded, they can easily take me to court and sue me when I haven't.
Absolutely.
Now,
but you're putting yourself in this situation.
No, look.
You're putting yourself in this situation. You can't.
My name is Jean de sir. And before you continue with this, sir, I asked her if I have the right to preach Jesus and give out tracts. She said, yeah. And then she said,
I'm a little bit concerned that your presence is causing a breach of the peace.
I beg your pardon?
Look, we've been called.
So basically,
basically
you want to kick me out because I'm preaching Jesus?
No, I'm thinking you're causing a breach of the peace, and I'm concerned by your camera.
I mean,
Having the camera on and recording is not an issue. You are allowed to have your camera on
Thank
recording
you.
in a public place.
Well,
Why are you filming these children without any sort of authority?
okay, what's the need of filming it? For my own safety and protection, sir.
Filming the
because
children at school?
no, listen, I'm not filming the children, I'm recording for my own safety and
so
protection.
what's on
Allow
the
me to
camera
finish. What's on the camera? It's just footage about what I'm doing right now. This action.
Filming outside of school.
Look, sir, allow me to finish, because it's no, that's not true. That's not true, because most of these teachers.
You're going to give me your details, man?
Of course, you can have my details. That's fine. I haven't broken any laws, sir. You should know that. I'm on a public street. I have the right to preach Jesus on any public ground. You can do your research
here. There's very likely to be a breach of the peace, because I believe.
Marca is down there.
Listen to me. Look at me. I believe that the parents
take
of
it easy,
these
take
children.
it easy, take it easy. Don't raise your voice at me, sir, please. With all due respect.
You're not listening, are you?
I'm listening now.
You be quiet.
Okay.
You won't have to talk as loud, will you?
Okay,
If you
sir.
stop talking, I can bring it down.
Okay.
Right? If you stop here, the parents of these kids are probably going to come along, and we're going to have a problem. So at the minute, you can jump in my van, and we'll remove you from here.
My car is down there. You can walk with me to my car, and that's fine.
We'll transport you in the van, mate.
Okay, let's go.
We're not having a walk. You can transport in my van.
How about my mate who's down there as well? Are we
Get
gonna
in the
get
van
him?
for me, please, sir.
Okay, no problem. I'll get in the van. Guys, you can see this on camera. Being arrested for preaching Jesus.
You're being removed.
I'm being removed
for your
because
safety.
I've done. What have
For
I
your
done?
safety, mate.
Okay, don't hold me. I'm not gonna run away.
Children,
I'm not gonna run away. I haven't committed any crime.
I put a hand on you because you stepped back into the road. I wouldn't like you get run over.
Wow, guys, look at this.
Watch your head.
This is what Christians face. If you want to live a godly life, you're going to face persecution. They put me in this car when I haven't broken any law. I have the legal right to preach Jesus in this country. And here we go. You tell me which side this police officer stands on. You tell me. It's all on camera. It's not hidden. I haven't broken any law. How sad. How sad. How crazy is this? We are living in a Christian country, but it's no longer Christian. And they have said I've actually created a, what do they call it? Breach of peace? And I'm just thinking, like, breach of peace, like, what have I done? Tell children about Jesus. Tell children about Jesus, and they call that breach of peace. I mean, this is sad, folks.
Get your name off you, mate.
Excuse me, sir?
Can I have your name, please, sir?
Of course. Can I write? I'll write it down for you. It's a French name.
Nobody else writes in my pocketbook but me, mate.
I'll give you my. Do I have my ID or something?
Well, you can tell me. Spell it.
J-E-A-N.
Hang on one second. J-E, so Jean. Yeah.
Space D-E. Space capital D. No. Yes, and then capital D again.
Yeah.
D-I-E-U.
D.
Yeah.
John of God.
John of God. You already know we preach Jesus, sir. And we don't break any law. Actually, we tell people to abide by the law. And you are here trying to treat me like a criminal, basically, because I tell children.
If you're here filming, mate, regardless of what you're doing, some parent will come down and object, and that will end badly for you.
You see, all these children, they walk where there's dash cams, cameras, CCTVs every single day.
But you
Look, no. The purpose for me filming is actually. I beg you can't let me talk anyway. I won't say anything, sir. I'm gonna be quiet. I'm not gonna say anything. Okay. For God so loved the world that He gave His one and only begotten Son, that whosoever believe in Him.
For your safety as well.
I record this for my own safety, sir. You know that.
I understand that. Some people will not like you filming their child.
Look.
So we don't want you.
You as a police officer have to check if the footage I'm recording actually I'm using it for any other means. If they can't if they can't prove that, because that's what the law says.
You don't have to do that if you bring
okay, now
we're not saying you are.
Okay, if apparent, let me ask a question because
let me speak. I've just listened to you.
Okay.
We're not saying you are. However, if people's children are coming out of school, they might think that, and that would cause them to feel a type of way. Harass, alarm, or distress.
Look, sir, let me ask you a question. Allow me. I just want to get something clear.
I don't want to get into a debate.
I'm not debating. I'm just.
I've got to do some stuff.
You see, are you willing to tell me about the law? You see, this is what I don't understand. If I want to have a discussion about the law, no one wants to talk about the law. If those parents will come and ask me why am I recording, they must be able to prove to you or take me to court and prove that I've actually used this film for any malicious purposes.
I'm not saying you've used it for a malicious purpose.
Okay, but you've taken me outside and put me in a van. For what reason?
Because some people don't want you filming them. And some people's parents, children of this high, their parents may not like the fact they may be cause harm.
alarm or distress, so it's to remove you from that and also to protect you, because people might not like it.
I wear this to protect myself, sir, because we do have the legal.
If they are feeling a certain way, if they do feel harassed by you filming them,
but I'm not responsible for how people feel, sir. You should know that. I don't preach any hatred. I don't preach any hatred. I speak to people respectfully. I treat people with respect.
I understand that, but
and
we've been called because someone felt a certain way.
Well, the teachers, I explained to the teachers exactly what I'm explaining to you right now. I said to them, we have the legal right to preach Jesus on public spaces, and especially even to children. Everybody needs to hear about Jesus. And she said to me, well, you're not allowed to record. And I said, ma'am, cameras are all over the place nowadays. You can't walk from the school to your home without having like 20, 30, 50 cameras recording you. And I said, I record for my own safety. This video is not gonna be used for any malicious purposes.
I won't shake your hand, sir, because I'm dealing with this chap just now.
Okay. Apparently we can go, Johnny, according to the officer up there.
Apparently, according to him,
at the minute, I'll have him arrested to prevent breach of the peace. So we'll decide when he goes.
Guys, you can see this on camera. Being arrested for preaching Jesus.
You're being removed.
For preaching Jesus.
You're being removed.
Could you say that again, sir?
Yeah, I'll tell you again. I have him arrested at the moment to prevent the breach of the peace.
Breach of the peace, okay.
You've been asked to move, sir, by the officers down there.
Yes.
Can you point of view?
They said I'm free to go.
Moving. Everybody's just moving. We're moving on.
Okay. And my colleague?
Breach of peace. They just want to
let them walk off.
So,
we need to get you out of Hampton. Is your car down there?
My car.
Yeah, his car.
Where's your car?
I'll take you back to the car.
Get the car. I can walk there. That's fine. I'm going to give tracts out, man.
You see, that's what I'm saying. We've got to tell people.
We've got tracts to give out. That's what we come here to do. I've just given some to the children here. Okay, with their parent.
But you've been asked by the officers down there, though, to move on, though, correct?
They've said I'm free to go.
Right, the choice you have.
From the area?
Of course, we're going home.
So let's go.
I'm going back to the car.
Okay.
But on my way to the car, if students ask me for these, I will give them.
If they ask you, that's fine. Please do not approach them, because our concern, and as my colleague has explained to your friend, our concern is this is unwanted and it's going to upset some parents, and we don't want any violence.
You need to be removed. I'm taking a.
That's fine. So, your car's down there, yes?
I'm down the side road, yeah.
Right. I'm with you.
Yeah, cool. That's fine. Are you a Christian?
Not really.
No. Then you won't really understand what we're doing. Would any of you guys like one of these?
No, that is not the agreement we had.
Oh, the agreement is quite simple.
You're
They're
a couple
on
of words
offer.
away from being from breach of the peace, mate. I'm not playing around with you.
Go on then. I'll be with my colleague. Come on.
No.
Come on.
Right, you can.
Come on.
Right, fair enough. The time is 15:14. You're under arrest for breach of the peace.
It's
You
fine.
don't have to say anything. It may harm your defence if you don't
That's
mention any
fine.
questions.
That's
Time 11 in
fine.
court. Anything you do say, maybe giving evidence. Just get this board off, please.
That's fine. Can you take these? Put them in my pocket or something.
Where's your car?
My car is down that side road. Sorry?
Can you take this off, please?
Yes.
I'm not going to let go of you now because you're detained. You're under arrest, mate.
I've got to take it off. It's gonna.
That's fine. I've got a knife in my bag. We'll cut it off. Just go get my kit bag, mate.
That's fine.
Hang on. Hang on. No need for that.
Breach the peace.
Thank you. Oh, camera.
Walking back to the vehicle, you're going to get the vehicle and the arrest and going to leave. Otherwise, you're going to have to.
Okay, can you carry that carefully for me?
Right,
thank you.
I'd appreciate any footage of this. My camera's been taken from me. Everything that's happened is currently being recorded on my body worn video.
That's wonderful. We're not ashamed of anything. We are here to promote the message of Jesus Christ. Jesus died for you. Jesus hung on a cross for you. My father was a policeman here in Peterborough 90 years ago.
Like I said there, I've got the problem we've got is that if I approach the school children, you run the risk of upsetting parents,
situation escalating and they're being violent. What is it going to be? We've tried to move you on. We've agreed together that we would walk. And if children approach you and ask you, that's fine, we can give out a leaflet. And you've immediately got to the first group.
I'm simply doing what I do in the city centre. The city centre has no problem. So
okay.
Oh, to him I owe. Since I left the crimson stain, he washed it with us.
Be arrested, 1500. Mate, you just need to understand that if you go somewhere over reach, that's fine. I'm happy to do that. I get you want to share it. You want to share your faith. That's cool.
We have to record it, sir. Anywhere, you know, every single individual has the right to record him.
If they ask you to leave, you just need to
they have no right to ask me to leave on a public ground, sir. Like, you know that, sir. You know that.
And then
no, look.
It becomes an argument. We have to, you didn't see it, but there's a collision up there we've got to go to on the main road. So we have to leave it. But just for
so you know the law, right? You know the truth. We have the right to preach on the street. Of course, sir, you can.
Avoid doing it.
Actually, you can get that one too as well. Have a nice day, sir. God bless you guys.
Simply, I'm in the vicinity of the school building. I understand the comment. It's a public space. Yes. It's a public space. It is. But the dynamic has been agreed, and what I'm handing out is perfectly good and satisfactory stuff.
I have seen you personally in the city centre.
Yep.
I don't have an issue with it. But outside of a school, the dynamic is different. You run a risk.
Well, we've done this now for, I should think this is probably the 12th school we've done it outside. So why is it an issue outside this school? Can you answer that?
Well, I can't answer how other officers have done the situation in other schools.
It's possible to me, right, it's okay in some schools. No problem whatsoever. We've got 6 months in this time, and that's what we do. If the specialists heard what we did and then made a case for what we were doing, but they absolutely provoked us to try and do it. They stopped us doing our job. Right. So they're stopping us doing our job.
Are you? Okay, off you go then.
He's been taken in the van.
He's going home.
But I am satisfied that by bringing you here and you leaving, we no longer have a risk of a breach of the peace. Are you happy to leave the area?
I'm very unhappy to leave my mate Johnny.
Are you going to leave? That's what my colleague's asking
I'd
you.
like some...
Either way, if you want to hook up with your friend Johnny, he's been taken to wherever his address is, I assume.
I believe he's been taken home, so we're asking you to do the same thing.
Oh, fine. If he's been taken home, that's fine.
Okay.
But the thought that he's going to be locked up... We've been locked up before, okay? We do it together.
Okay.
Okay, on the last occasion we were accused of homophobic language in the centre of Swaffham.
Okay.
And after 7, this is my joke, after 7 hours sitting in a cell, looking at the toilet on the other side of the cell, with a CCTV camera there, hoping I don't have to use that toilet.
Yeah.
Alright, the doors came open, release, you're free to go, no charge. Because there is no charge against what we're doing.
But what we're asking you to do is just move on, okay? So we're...
Well, I'm going to do that.
Okay, thank you.
But I have to make the point, miss.
I understand that, okay, but what we're asking you to do is move on at the moment. We're giving you the bit, well, my colleague's giving you the benefit of the doubt, okay? And we've walked you to your car, so we expect you to, you know, treat us with the same respect.
Of course.
As we've been asked.
I'm going home,
okay?
But I just needed that reassurance because I'm 73, okay? I'm going to have to be like a granddad. You must appreciate that what I'm doing is out of love for these students.
I'm not going to comment on what it is you're doing.
We're not here to cause a problem.
And I'm not going to argue with you either. All I want to do is for you to move on. So it's not it's not a great scene right now, so we need to move
It's
on.
the staff
Okay?
that have escalated it.
I don't know what's happened. I haven't spoken to the staff.
It was the staff. You're the guy with the white shirt who turns
But
out
I'm
to
not
be a
gonna come in.
policeman.
Let's go.
He didn't identify himself as to who he was.
That's it. That's the end of it. So guys, as you have seen how these officers basically treated us in this incident, obviously we're gonna have the videos mixed up to show my areas and Peter's area just to cover both ground. But it was very unnecessary to have all those cars there for two people.
Yeah.
One is an old bloke, 73 years of age. One is a young man who's peaceful and respectful at all time. And we are both being treated as if we are some sort of ISIS criminal or Al-Shabaab or, you know.
It's quite out of proportion. And to show it didn't come out on the video because the very last shot was my boards going in the boot of my car with the camera attached to it. And once the boot lid was down, there was no more sound recording or visual recording. So, but what I actually said to the policeman just before I got in the car, I said to them, I hold no hard feelings against you. I know you're doing a job of work and it's not always an easy job. So I wanted them to feel relaxed and that I wasn't sort of being vindictive against the individual police officers. This isn't the case. For sure, the police need to sort out their tactics, yeah. Need to get their heads together and decide whether we're real criminals or not, what our motives are, and whether our methods are within the law. And it's as simple as that.
Anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. We'll share this video with a couple people, or a couple probably organization. Maybe we could share it with the Christian Concern.
Yeah.
Depending. But it will be online, available for anybody to see, so they can see how we are treated. We have repeated several times in this video saying we don't have any hate towards anybody. We love everybody, we respect everybody, and we want to reach out to them in truth and in love with the gospel of Jesus Christ. And if you love somebody, you tell them the truth. And we love these children, we love the officers, we love every single individual that God brings in our path for us to share the gospel with them. And we want to do that in the best way possible, in the most loving way possible, in the most respectful way possible. So when somebody accuses us of hate speech or causing harassment, alarm and distress, all these things are false accusation, because we don't go out there intending to cause somebody harassment, to harass somebody or insult them or any of these allegations that they normally come up with. And we don't have hate speech, we have love speech, true love that speaks the truth in love. You know, and that's it for now. Hopefully you've gained some understanding of which era we are living in. We're living in dark times, and I hope this video is informative to you, and be blessed in the name of Jesus. Until next time again. Bye for now, guys.